Oh my goodness. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me turn this off. We are doing a tiered list this morning. Yes, a tiered list. Brings tears to my eyes. As you can see, we have 5 tiers here. The green is sad. Top is the most I've ever sobbed in my entire life. There are a list of matches down here. We're going to go by them one by one. I will present a case to you. We'll figure out how they rank on here. And you're going to be entertained. Thoroughly tiered entertained. And if you're not, that's okay. I won't blame you if you are not entertained. I feel like I was literally just here 12 hours ago doing the Collins on the Rocks podcast. But I'm a little bit late this morning. Got some orange juice. Do you like orange juice? It's like sunshine. Sunshine in a cup. Okay. So if you don't know how this goes, we're going to go through each match one by one. I have 20 matches here. We're going to rank them. This top one is Edge return at Rumble Sob. If you know what that is related to. Well, guess what? Edge returned at the Royal Rumble in 2020. And I was inconsolable for about 5 minutes. So Cope then under that. Debut in AEW. The meme that made it all caused me to cry uncontrollably on the internet. I think we need to get some music if I'm going to be by myself. Okay. This one's better. Okay. All right. This third line is Cope return at All in Texas. Y'allin, for those who know. If you are watching this on X, YouTube, Twitch, say where you're coming from. Tell me what you're drinking this morning. It is Coffee with Collins. This is the podcast where we are chill. We are waking up, rise and shine, so to speak. Okay, so number 4 here, Cope and Christian tag teaming together. Cause a little bit of a tear streaming down my face. At All Out. It's not this, but we're pretty close. And Cope breaking his leg would be the last one. So we're going to go through this list one by one and bring up I have an Excel document. I do. So I think I moved it to the wrong screen and now I don't know where I put it. So let's see. Okay, we're getting sheets over here. I don't have Excel on my computer, but that's okay. So we're going to bring it over here and let's get to it. So we have 20 matches. I don't have any TNA matches on here, and it's not on purpose. It's for the fact that I had to list 20 matches and simply forgot that TNA existed. So these are just my very closely loved. If this is what I was going to show someone who isn't into wrestling, I would show them the following matches. So the first one that we are talking about is Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander at All Out 2024. This is after All In London, where they had that pre-show match. This was a non-titled women's match. In my opinion, it was very wild. It was brutal. I feel like it stole the entire show. The match kept building and building on top of each other, and also they beat the piss out of each other. I'm going to give you a hint. All women's matches are this middle tier, like a middle tier and above. Because there's something about women's wrestling for me, especially when there's a non-title, especially when it's on a pay-per-view and not having to be about bra and panties. There's just something about it that just makes me immediately cry. So it wasn't really like sobbing uncontrollably, cannot be consoled. Was I crying most of the match? Yes. But a little lessened maybe here. Did I cry at the ending? Yes. But I feel like I'm also waiting for it to resolve soon, right? We're gonna come together again soon. Sorry. Notice that my camera be slipping a little bit. Okay. So we're going to put it in All In Texas. Cope returns at All In Texas. If you've seen the videos, you've seen the videos. Okay. And again, as I need to remind you, this is all my opinion. Okay. Second match over here is Best Friends versus Santana Ortiz. This is the Dynamite episode where it was at Daly's Place. So Dynamite 2020 in September. But this is a parking lot brawl. Okay. Do you remember? The stipulation is a street fight. So weapons, there was a spot on a car window. There was so much blood. Even without a crowd, this match was engaging, emotional, and really solidified both of these tag teams. I wish both of these tag teams had gotten the tag team titles at some point. Really, it is really unfair to say that they didn't get any lick in the form of titles, so to speak. But I think that it's safe to say that this is once in a lifetime moment, caused emotion, but maybe not sobbing uncontrollably. Do you guys get how the tier systems work? You get how they're going? Okay. All right. The third match that we were talking about is Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker at Dynamite St. Patrick's Day Slam 2021. Your winner of this match was Thunder Rosa. I think that this match was quite hardcore. I think Thunder Rosa was Britt Baker's best feud, best challenger. It was brutal. And who can forget the final moments with Thunder Rosa holding up that title, all bloody. It was fantastic to see. This was a pivotal moment in AEW women's history. So again, all women's are above this. But I feel like it's above Chris and Willow, so maybe here. Cope debuting in AEW, sobbing uncontrollably. This changed women's wrestling for us. So, I'm going to say that. Our fourth match over here is FTR versus the Briscoes. This is Ring of Honor Final Battle 2022. The Briscoes won this match. This is Jay Briscoe's final match, which we didn't know at the time. But now watching it in retrospect, it means a lot more. It is that double dog collar match, so you know it's going to be brutal. You know I love a stipulation. And the crimson face of everyone, just absolutely brutal. I think Mark Briscoe had an interview where he talked about this match and how much it means to him now. And I think that we need to have more of those kinds of moments, more of those like post-match, like in retrospects, because I do think it makes it special. However, with how Ring of Honor means to me, Definitely feel like it's above Britt and Thunder Rosa. No shade to them. But now watching it, seeing how everyone reacts in the match, this is their, their final of their third matches, and seeing the Briscoes go out ahead. It was a great moment. I love a brotherly moment. So all in all, fantastic match. You can go watch that right now on Honor Club. You should support Ring of Honor. Okay? Don't just support them for their current pay-per-view. Go watch that match. All right, we are moving right along to our fifth match, which is Sting and Darby Allin versus the Young Bucks. This is Revolution 2024, Sting's final match ever in professional wrestling. Sting took insane bumps. There was a bump that he took that I didn't think that he was going to pop up so quickly, but he had to continue. And Darby goes through fucking glass. A spot that I think will live in infamy. It is not talked about nearly enough. But Sting's run in AEW being capped off with this match was absolutely perfect. We all knew it was Sting's last match. I sobbed uncontrollably. I'm gonna put it up here. I hold Sting in such high regard that I would put him in the tier of Edge returning at the Rumble after 11 years. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, number 6, Kenny Omega versus Hangman Adam Page, Full Gear 2021. This is where Hangman Adam Page wins the AEW World title. It's a storyline for me. To be honest, the storyline, the edging that we get to from here, it's a 3-year journey for Hangman, and seeing the trepidation of Kenny Omega, which we had no idea that he was battling vertigo and diverticulitis. We had no idea. Kenny, if you're ever watching this, you're a sick fuck. He's a sick fuck. Kenny Omega is a sick fuck to be having all of those belts, being the belt collector, and being as ill as he was. Absolutely sick, nasty. But Hangman Adam Page really proving his worth, proving everything. It was a perfect match. In my opinion, the Dark Order being involved in the beginning, absolutely fantastic. So, I'm going to put that under Sting. Okay. We're going to put that under Sting. But still, made me want to cry. Wrestling, it makes me want to cry, Wrestling makes me want to cry. Always. All right. So, how are we looking at our tier list? I think it looks pretty good. So we are going to go on to our number 7 match, which is Bryan Danielson versus Ricky Starks. Now, I looked at this list, and of all the matches, I was like, why do I remember this match? Oh, yeah, it's a strap match. I love a strap match. There's also another Bryan Danielson match that is a strap match. Daniel Bryan versus The Fiend. Almost put that on here. However, I didn't want you guys to think that I was too strap happy here. I love a good strap. I do. So when it comes to Bryan Danielson, when it comes to Ricky Starks, I feel like this is the better match. I think more happened. I think pushing Ricky Starks to this limit was absolutely fantastic. Bryan Danielson winning, obvious choice, I guess. This is All Out 2023, so really kind of the end for Ricky Starks in AEW. He would leave in 2024. But it's violent yet beautiful. It made me sob the brutality of it all. Is it FTR Britt Baker level? No. But Copeland returning at All In Texas, absolutely. Would I put it in front of Willow and Chris? Probably not. But we have to have people filling this out. Notice All Out and All Out. Interesting. Didn't think that was going to happen. All right. This is going to get harder and harder. Saying hello to my friend Samantha over here, stopping by for a minute. Your show I'm heading over to in about 15 minutes once I'm done here. So love you, love your face. So glad that you're my friend and you're along the way. So, okay. Okay, so we have the next match, which is Hangman Adam Page versus Jon Moxley at All In 2025. I wish that I had a live cam on me the entire match. It was after 7 hours, so emotionally, physically, spiritually, I was tired. I went through the Kenny and Okada match. I went through the Toni Storm and Mercedes match. Just tired. Sobbed already because of Adam Cole that night. So everything about this match, the brutality of this match, with how tired I was a baby, a blubbering mess. Moxley held the title hostage ever since Wrestle Dream, and this death match itself was violent and unpredictable. And I think the unpredictability of it, the brutality of it, made me cry so much. But in retrospect, these matches are brutal, which made me cry. Was it a pivotal moment for AEW and changing the trajectory of AEW now? Absolutely. Cope debuting at AEW, reminiscent of it, probably assisted by the fact that it was a 7-hour pay-per-view. But all in all, excellent. The next match. This is match number 9. We are almost halfway through. This is Toni Storm versus Mariah May at Revolution 2025. I can't believe that this was this year. This match was this year? What? Toni Storm winning the big one. This is the big Hollywood ending. Their lengthy storyline ended in a perfect Hollywood bloodbath. Lots of callbacks to their previous bouts. The ending on the ramp with the Hollywood sign in the background. It was absolutely perfect. Stunning. Women's wrestling. How was this not the main event? I don't know. But I would put this up. Yeah, I would put this up here. Sting, Hangman's first win of the title, Toni and Mariah May. Absolutely. All right, number 10 match. We have Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega. This is the only match on here that is a draw. This is their Dynamite Grand Slam 2021 match. I'm going to tell you something. I hate a draw. I hate it. This one made sense. And storylines always make me cry. When you invoke storylines and you invoke more possibilities in there, there has to be a winner. And the winner is me. I won. The crowd really took the cake here. They were like, besides for the ref, they were a pivotal part of this match. It captivated me from bell to bell. So if you ever want to go back and watch this match, you should, because it's great. Not first tier, maybe not second tier. Because these are life-changing kind of matches. But Cope returning at All in Texas, definitely felt that. All right. The next match on here, match 11, Bryan Danielson. I'm noticing a trend. Bryan Danielson versus Swerve Strickland at All In 2024. This is where Bryan Danielson wins in London. And his family, like, there's just something, you bring your family into the ring, I'm automatically sobbing at the get. This match was perfect. Swerve, being the heel, thought that he knew better than Danielson, even though the reign with Danielson was short. Always makes me cry. So we'll put it in Cope Returns at All in Texas. Okay. Don't worry, we'll be putting things down here. Don't you worry about it. Because next is Cody Rhodes versus Dustin Rhodes at the first Double or Nothing. Cody Rhodes winning. We all have seen the picture. Dustin Rhodes' face. Come on. It can't get any bloodier than that. I don't think that there is anything more bloodier than Blood Brothers, right? And the post-match spot, everything about that. I think that is what I remember from Double or Nothing 2020 or 2019, so to speak. Brother with brother in a way that I really truly never seen before. So if you would like to go back and watch that, you can. Again, Cope and Christian tag teaming had me sobbing because of the brother versus brother. I'm not saying it's a match. I don't want you guys to see this tier list and be like, oh, well, I don't like these are all my favorite matches of all time. Put it in front of that one, maybe. But definitely, it's up there for me. The next one, it's, again, it's a match that I remember being as incredible as it is. It's hard to put things into tiers, okay? But this is Daniel Bryan in WWE versus Kofi Kingston, Kofi Mania, WrestleMania 35. Kofi Kingston winning the title, holding it up, forever etched in our brains. Kofi finally getting that championship win. All of that happened because of Mustafa Ali getting injured, not being able to go into the Elimination Chamber, seeing how everyone was behind Kofi Kingston. Well-deserved. It's unfortunate that his reign ended by them going to Fox and Brock Lesnar being dumbass Brock Lesnar. Because fuck Brock Lesnar. Because fuck Brock Lesnar. Anyways, having Kofi Kingston be this first ever African-born WWE champion is also really great. A historic win, groundbreaking moment. We've seen some groundbreaking moments here. It is a shame that everything in the end happened, so that's why it's on this tier. Not because I don't love this match, and I don't think... No, I'll put it here. I think that that's better. Because I'm just thinking, how am I scoring this? How did I cry? And I definitely cried very hard at this. We'll put it there. Sounds good. Moving right along, we are going back to 2006. Some of you might not have been born yet. Well, hopefully, because then that would be weird if, wait a minute, a 19-year-old is born in 2006. That's crazy. Okay, math works. I was a senior in high school during this time, but Trish and Lita at Unforgiven 2006. This is Trish's final match, end of an era for the women's division, in which Braun Panties match ruled the scene. And guess what? I sobbed like a fucking baby. I'm going to tell you, before the meme happened, before all the things happened, this had me sobbing. This was after they main evented Monday Night Raw for the first time. And this match, it's in Trish's hometown, comes full circle. Trish finished Lita with a sharpshooter. It was in essence perfect and really catapulted my love for Trish and Lita, just being complete badasses through all of the bullshit that men had to monopolize for so long. So I'm putting it up here because for me, this is my WrestleMania 17. Okay, that's mine. This is the reason why I'm a wrestling fan. All right, moving right along. Another reason why I'm a wrestling fan: Sasha Banks versus Bayley at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. Everyone thinks of this match as the pinnacle of women's wrestling. Why women's wrestling is the way that it is now. Arguably one of the best women's matches of all time. Competes some of the men's matches, to be honest. It's a wrestling classic. Every women match makes me cry. Seeing Bayley's storyline come along, watching Sasha be as young as she is, but as powerful as she is with how small she is, and Bayley just completely, their chemistry is undeniable. And if you haven't seen this match, go watch it. I'm definitely going to put it up here. The next match on this list, match 16, is Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, WrestleMania 37. Bianca takes the win. This is the first time two Black women ever headlined WrestleMania. Not just 2 years ago, it was the first time that women main evented WrestleMania. There's some controversial speak because WrestleMania was 2 nights at this point. Fuck off. Let the women have their moments. Okay, they capped the night off. What is that? A main event. So it's hard hitting. It's perfect. It was a great pass to torch. There are some bumps and bruises along the way. I recall Slice being taken out of Miss Sasha with that braid slap. Their gear in this really just cherry on top. Hello. Definitely changed the trajectory of Bianca's reign. So I'm going to put it here. Made me cry. Pivotal moment for women. And that's what I'll say about that. Speaking of women, the Women's Royal Rumble. Can I speak? The Women's Royal Rumble in 2018. Asuka being the winner. If you followed NXT for a while, you know why this Asuka win was so important. At the end of this Rumble, it was her and Nikki Bella. So y'all know how people treat Nikki Bella. At the end, Ronda Rousey comes out, points at the sign. Complete shift in women's wrestling history. Really capped off the 2018 year for them, ending with that Evolution pay-per-view in October of 2018. So this match, bell to bell, made me sob, made me cry. I can't stop crying at this match. I'm sorry. I've at that point had never cried at a Royal Rumble, and here it's just woman after woman after woman. I don't care if they're your favorite best wrestler can beat up Brock Lesnar. I don't give a fuck. This match made me cry uncontrollably because of everything that women had gone through up to this point. Give Divas a chance, and all capped with finally allowing women to have a Royal Rumble. And now it just seems synonymous with Royal Rumble to have a men's and a women's match. Men's and a women's elimination chamber. Men's and women's Money in the Bank. But this really catapulted everything into what we know today. So how could I not have it in the top tier? You know? Thus brings the match that started this whole thing off. Edge's return at the Royal Rumble. So we are talking Men's Royal Rumble 2020. To refresh your memory, Drew McIntyre does win. And in a world where the pandemic never happened, things didn't shut down, I feel like that WrestleMania moment would have been so big for Drew McIntyre. He would go on to win the same title a few WrestleManias later, where he's quickly cashed in by the Damian Priest. However, we are seeing the Drew McIntyre take out Brock Lesnar. That's my favorite part of this whole thing. That Claymore kick to the fucking face. Hello. We love it. If you don't know, this match, the way it's structured, is probably one of the best Royal Rumbles to date. Your first 10 competitors come out and they're facing Brock Lesnar, who's already the champ. But one by one, people are being eliminated. There's a Shelton Benjamin spot that gets me every time because they wrestled together. They were buds, and he eliminated him. Keith Lee comes out, and he goes, "Oh, big boy!" And I'm like, "Yes, Keith Lee, get your moment." He didn't get a shine. However, Drew McIntyre comes out and does his fucking Claymore, and by God, that changed the entire trajectory of this goddamn match. And then in comes Edge at the number 21 spot. You think you know me. Ha! I am sobbing. I am crying. Nobody in the room knows why I am sobbing. And I remember hearing a mutual friend go, "Well, who is this? What? Why is Collins crying like that?" I am Sob City. Sob City here. Can't stop crying, Sob City. So, next to Sting, I think that's where it belongs. Actually, these three matches are a little bit more Sob City. But that moment, Edge returning after 11 long years, right? No, 9 long years, because he retired in 2011, so that's 2020. Okay, 9 years. 9 years. We got 2 matches left, y'all. We got 2 matches left. All right. We have Money in the Bank. The first Money in the Bank ladder match. WrestleMania 29. Edge wins. Okay? I wanted to bring it back to this, because had Edge not turned heel, literally just a year and a half before this, I don't think that he would have been the main eventer that he is. He blamed the fact that he had never gotten a world championship shot or world championship title on Shawn Michaels. He blamed a lot of the things in his life on being in a tag team and the fact that Christian Cage just left. So him turning heel was required for him to win that world title. However, Christian hadn't left yet. In this match was Christian, Benoit, Shelton Benjamin, Kane, and oh no, it's gonna bother me. Do I have it in my notes? Jericho. Jericho was in the match. Yes. So Edge wins. The crowd erupts. I'm crying. And he didn't cash in for 8 months, but he did it on John Cena after the Elimination Chamber match, New Year's Revolution, 2006, to win the WWE Championship. That cash-in moment is burned in my brain. So I think the cash-in moment is a little bit more important to me. However, it is a game changer in itself. So, heel Edge is my favorite Edge. We are down to our last match. Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness at ROH Unified 2006. The winner is Bryan Danielson. He unifies the ROH World Championship and the Pure Championship. Now, if you know Nigel McGuinness, he held the Pure title not hostage, but no one really could beat him, right? He was holding it for a very long time. And this match was in Liverpool, England. Like, it doesn't get any higher stakes than that. This match, as I go and watch it, knowing what's happened to Nigel McGuinness after this, knowing how Danielson goes on and Nigel has to stay, it really changed me. I I mean, Nigel does end up going to having a stint in TNA, but still, it's not the same. This really was the height of Nigel McGuinness and the height of their feud. So, this really did change the business for me. Yeah. I think that that's better. Cope breaking his leg. I don't have any. I thought I would have. Let's do that. Okay, let's shuffle some things around. It's a little heavy here. I think we can. Yeah. I think that's good. So our number one is Sting's last match, followed by Hangman's first title win, Toni Storm and Mariah May Hollywood ending the Men's Royal Rumble 2020, Lita versus Trish at Unforgiven, Sasha versus Bayley at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, the Women's first Royal Rumble, FTR versus Briscoes for their dog collar match, their third match in the series. Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston to win his first WWE championship. Well, he had other championship, but main championships. The WWE champion, heavyweight champion. Was it because it was after the Planets champ, right? So was that? I forget what they call those names. Anyways, Britt versus Thunder Rosa at the St. Patrick's Day Slam. All in Texas. Hangman winning the title again. The unification of the pure title with the ROH World title. Then we go Sasha and Bianca main eventing at WrestleMania. Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson at AEW Grand Slam. Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale in their street fight. Danielson winning the title at All In London. Cope, Adam Copeland, Edge winning the Money in the Bank, the first Money in the Bank. Then we have Ricky Starks and Bryan Danielson, their strap match. We have Cody Rhodes versus Dustin Rhodes. And the last match on here, which I still think is pretty fucking cool, is the Best Friends versus Santana and Ortiz with their parking lot brawl. Thank you so much for joining me. This is my tiered list. If you would like, please support the podcast. Support me on Ko-fi. The link is below. You can find me on all social media _queer auntie. I've been your auntie. You've been awesome. Let's have a drink again soon. Good morning and happy wrestling.